Well, hi everybody. Today I'm going to be sharing a video with you guys about a Nissan Sentra 2008, 4 cylinders, 2.0 liters with CVT transmission. So the issue that I have with this car right now, it's keeps throwing me a code P1777 that refers to step motor. I put my code reader and then erase the code and then drive it around, and it came up again with the same code. I did it for like 3 times just to verify and be 100% that that's the issue that I'm having with this Nissan Sentra 2008 with CVT transmission, the code P1777. And indeed, I did it 3 times. I erased it and it keep bringing up the same code, no other codes. I did some search on this, and then they're saying one of the causes that it could be destroying the code and the transmission. It's not functioning properly. It could be one of them. Could be the transmission fluid. It could be old. It could be dirty, like brownish. If you take your dipstick of the transmission and if you see that it's brown and you're having those issues, you might want to replace the transmission fluid, and that might fix it. Not in my case. So when I did the search about the step motor, about the code P1777, they tell me that could be one of the issues. Also, I checked the battery voltage, make sure it's charged, make sure it's not like charging problems, or having a low battery that's causing you that issue. Everything seems to work fine. I also did a visual inspection, and all my connections, just to make sure nothing is misplaced or I had a short or something. Everything seems okay. So I did all the visual inspection, especially to my harness. There goes to the transmission, and everything seems okay. So I checked my fuses. I checked my fuses also, and everything seems to be fine. Sometimes it pays off to do visual inspection, and this time seems like that's not the case. So anyway, so here it is. So I already took the transmission fluid pan just to save some time and not take a bunch of your time, guys. But I already took it off, and also when I took it off and drained the fluid, one other thing you want to check is look for metal shavings. When you drain the fluid and then inspect it, check your transmission filter. Also make sure it's clean, make sure it's not plugged, because that could be one of the issues. Also that could be giving you problems. So when you get codes, any type of codes, transmission, motor, anything, you need to do visual inspection. You need to check all your wires, all your connections, check your battery voltage, check your fluids, make sure everything is to level. And on my case, I did it. I checked the fluid level. Everything seems to be fine, but with the exception of the transmission fluid was brown. And this transmission fluid, it's a special one, because this one, it's a CVT. So at least on Nissans, the CVT transmission fluid, it's like greenish, like kind of green fluid. It's not pink like before or other cars. This one is actually looks green. So, and it's really expensive also. I find out I went to the dealer and get some to refill it once I put the step motor in this, and each quart cost me like $20, $21. So they're really expensive. So I end up buying like 7. So that was like 140 just on the fluid. I'm not flashing it. I'm just, what I did is drain it. So if I was gonna flash it or something, I will take like maybe 8 or 8.5 quarts. But I'm just gonna, you know, do that, replace the step motor, and see if that fixes the issue. And then here's my step motor. I know, guys, you can see it. So I got this on eBay. I got it for like $40. So so this is causing the issue. I guess it's not engaging. It's not like moving up and down. So it's not. It could be this is defective. So what I'm gonna do is give it a shot, and hopefully that will fix my issue with the transmission. And if not, I'm just gonna have to replace it, get a new one to make it work. So the issue the car has been doing to me when I'm driving the car, it hesitates to shift. You know, it takes longer to shift. So that's one of the issues with the step motor. So all right, let's not talk anymore, and let's take the bulb body cover. Let's take the bulb body off the transmission so we can flip it and put the new step motor and go from there. Okay, so I'm getting ready to take the bulb body here of the transmission. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to take all these bolts out, all of them, so this can drop, and the step motor on this one, it's on top, it's right here. So I have to flip this carefully, and you gotta be really clean. You know, you gotta like make sure you didn't get it dirty or stuff like that. Usually in another cars like Nissan Altimas or Nissan Altimas Maximas, the step motor is like right here. So you don't. So all you gotta do is take the oil pan off, and it's right here. You don't have to take the bulb body off. But not in this Nissan Sentra 2008. Okay, so let's take all this out.